Sylvanas, okay.
GDKPs, gold sellers, and botting.
Yep.
The streets of Azeroth are riddled with the world's worst criminals, con artists, and illegal contraband.
It is.
But just how far does this nefarious underworld go?
You want subtitles? I don't know if subtitles even work.
How far
No. I don't like the way these subtitles work.
this sinister plague infected itself into the World of Warcraft community?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is much more than you think.
It is bad.
The systematic...
He's probably going to get into this a little bit, but I remember in TBC, when everybody was doing GDKPs, I looked up just to see how much those GDKP leaders could make if they were to sell the gold. Some of these guys literally, and I'm not even kidding, made $200 to $300 per raid in theoretical money if they were to sell the gold they made. And these guys do like multiple goddamn raids per day. They were, dude... Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, man. If they sell the gold, I mean, let's be honest, probably a lot of them did. But let's keep watching, though. Let's see.
Exploitation by the means of illicit practices that are blatantly against terms of service has near destroyed entire server economies.
Yep.
The World of Warcraft is now a world ruled by a mafia of merciless gold exploiters.
It is insane.
It has changed the game forever. And now with the WoW token in the game, the scene is even worse. Join me as I go undercover into this underworld to expose the true dark, unchecked side of a classic WoW community.
Jesus Christ, this is like a Dr. Disrespect video or something. Oh shit! What is this? Damn! Dude, I love this!
Right, turn it off, it's bloody freezing!
Oh shoot! The Streets of Shame, Chapter 1. Boy, this goes hard!
The GDKP is a loot system with a very simple concept.
Yep,
it
people
stands
buy
for Gold Dragon Kill Points and evolved from the DKP system. Instead of bidding points that you've earned in your guild, you bid gold for certain gear pieces. All the gold then pulls together into a pot that gets shared between every raid member. This concept has been around for much longer than most people think.
The big thing about this, though, is that the GDKP leader takes a massive cut. So they take like an insanely big cut for like managing the raid and like actually doing the raids themselves, right? So they take the vast main majority of like the actual gold that's being made.
Since there were, in fact, GDKP...
Yeah, usually around 20%. So let's say, random number, let's say a GDKP makes $1 million gold, which probably not even is that inaccurate. The GDKP leader then takes 200k of that gold for himself, and then the rest of the 800k goes to the raid, right? Split amongst people that perform the best.
Runs in EverQuest before WoW was even released, and it has been very popular in the Korean MMO scene for a long time. In Classic WoW, it became much more popular and standardized towards the end of Classic between Blackwing Lair and Naxxramas.
That's where it started.
Because at first, the reputation of a GDKP had a bad smell about it.
It does.
People used to feel scummy about joining a GDKP run, and people who ran GDKPs were seen as bad members of a community. But when players realised that it's boring and takes too long to farm gold, the GDKP became more and more accepted in the community.
I also think it's because the GDKP raids were just the best raids. Like, in terms of pucks, the people that are managing those GDKP pucks were, like, insanely good. Like, they literally cleared raids faster than most guilds.
Particularly as the audience
it's crazy.
of Classic WoW is very different to the audience of the original Wrath of the Lich King.
People are so entitled. SR pucks and guild is just fucking loot drama. Nobody's happy. GDKP fixes this. The bad thing is RMT and budding. But I mean... Oh my god, GDKP is not the reason why botting and RMT is like a thing solely, but it is a major player in it. It is a major player in it. In a perfect world where nobody would buy gold and nobody would RMT, yes, GDKP could be really good because people wouldn't be paying 300,000 gold for an item from Kil'jaeden. But that's not a reality because people will buy gold, right, to buy those items. So yeah.
We were able to smooch off our parents, play World of Warcraft
16 hours
a day, and eat a diet solely of pot noodles and Monster energy drinks, and feel absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, exactly, Lanzavor. If we ignore these massive problems, the system is really not that bad. But the system is like a big factor in generating all these massive problems, right? And that's where the problem is.
Now, as the audience of World of Warcraft on the majority has reached an older age, they have less time and more responsibilities. It's crazy how much people in my Twitch chat actually have children.
What?
I mean, who the hell would want to even do that? I mean, why raise children when you can raise your passes?
Okay, true.
My point is, most players have less time now to sit and just farm gold. Hence why the GDKP has become such a big part of the game. But just how big has the GDKP scene become? Well, luckily, I've been able to interview what I can only describe as the Grand Emperor of GDKPs.
Is that like 15 Cent? That was like he's like an EU guy. Maybe it's Laddie. I don't know.
Zayas, who runs the Stacks GDKP Discord.
Okay.
This is essentially a GDKP network that runs on the Feralina server, the biggest US server.
Wait,
One
what?
irritating thing.
These spots are available. The amount will be $1 plus the type of the spot. Wait, are they paying like actual money to get into the raids? Featured spots available $30. Spotlight spots available $20. So do people pay more money to get into the good raids? Like actual money. Starting bits are $1. Please change bits in the following format. Bit spot. What? This is for leads to get advertised. Oh, so they're paying to advertise in his Discord. So if you have like a GDKP you want to like advertise and want to make people like aware of it, you pay for an advertisement spot. Oh my god.
About having to join GDKP runs or PUG in general is having to constantly sign up on Google Sheets to have multiple runs. The idea behind this server is that it's a network that every raid leader and guild leader who runs GDKPs can use to bring everyone together. So there's just one big epicenter where people can join and make GDKP runs. This is the place where GDKPs are at their absolute peak. I've been given access to Google spreadsheets to look at the kind of pots that groups are ending up with.
It's ridiculous. Just in TBC, there were pots up towards $1 million gold just in one raid.
As you can see, the pots are utterly mental.
Look at this.
The biggest I can see here is 1.5 million gold.
Like, that is just ridiculous, man. 1.5 million gold in Wrath.
Divide that by 25 and it's a 60,000 gold split.
Yeah.
But obviously 10% will very likely go to the raid leader, so the raid leader's going to get 150,000 gold to himself. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I've even made that amount of gold during my whole time playing Classic WoW. And half of these pots are over $1 million gold. This will be a full Orduar 25-man run doing all of the hard modes.
When I was doing, like, I did a little bit of GDKPs in TBC. I stopped doing them in Sunwell. I felt weird doing it. I feel like I was promoting it too much and everything like that. It was just like a weird thing. I think for content, it was really fun. It was good content. Like, seeing all the bits and people go crazy. But I didn't like the fact that I was like promoting the whole thing. So I just stopped doing it altogether. But the pots that I was in that run, people were paying like 20, 30, 40,000 gold for like tier items, for like a glove or for some pants or some shoulders. It was ridiculous.
This is obviously where the richest WoW players are coming to spend their gold. I mean, people are spending over 200,000 gold on single items like leg plates of the Endless Void.
That's insane. Like what?
Trail. As you can see here, this is a leaderboard of over top dog spenders. The guy at the top has spent a total of 3 million gold in GDKPs. That's roughly the value of $5,000. Yes,
burning, what the fuck?
That's the value of $5,000 if they were to buy it. You know, maybe they bought it. You know, there's probably a pretty big chance that they did. Thank you, Juggernaut Nukes, for the Prime 2 months. $5,000, man.
So desirable now to join these GDKP runs that there's now a monopoly on making groups in the Discord. Because there's so much people wanting to join and make groups, there's simply just too many to put onto the Discord. So if you want your group to stand out, to buyers,
you get featured. Oh, it's so
Guzu.
Hey, to highlight your group in the Discord at varying rates starting at $30 per day. This will give you the featured raid leader badge in the Discord to help you stand out.
Oh my god.
So what's essentially happening here is guilds and raid leads are paying real money in order to get bigger gold spenders into their GDKP groups. There's a real money method in order to optimize the best GDKP runs to maximize the amount of gold a run is going to have. And since major GDKP leads actually sell gold, they probably end up making their money back anyway.
Oh yeah, as I said, dude, some of these, he's probably gonna get into the actual numbers, but I did like a vague math of it, and some of the people I was raiding with, those leaders, probably made around $200-300 per raid if they sold the gold, right?
Now, although many GDKP runs are made by guilds to essentially gear up their characters faster, because what they do is they pull together loads of gold, give it to their members, send them off into multiple different GDKPs, and if you think about it, they're going to have so much money that they can just buy all of the gear in the raid and be like fully geared straight after the patch is released. And then the top guilds will come together.
That's a full-time job. I mean, look at it like this, Victorinox. You make like let's say they make $200 per raid. A raid takes an hour and a half. They do 5 raids per day. They make $1,000, like easy clap, right? That is just, I don't know.
To work on
it's insane.
Achieving world record passes and speed runs, but many GDKP leaders are in fact selling their gold.
Thank you, Castle.
Now, Zias and the Stacks Discord has an absolute zero tolerance policy for raid leads selling their gold or advertising it in the Discord.
Zero there's a so they can't sell the gold, obviously. So nobody's selling the gold, guys.
I don't want to paint this Discord in a bad light because they have absolutely nothing to do with gold selling. Zias's profession essentially is being a Discord designer. He's made a little bit of a hustle by making really good Discord channels.
I guess so, yeah.
But unfortunately, many GDKP leaders are selling their gold on the side, especially as one GDKP run can get you around $500.
Yeah, that's way more than even I said. I said $200 to $300. He says $500.
Selling on the side, not involving a third-party middleman website. I know for a fact that many raid leads on my server are definitely doing it. I challenge you to pretend to be interested in buying gold and ask some GDKP raid leads.
So, yeah, I was probably lowballing it a lot. Yeah, I probably was really lowballing it.
One of my long-term viewers has been running GDKP since the dawn of Classic, and has told me that people are constantly asking him if he sells gold. He doesn't, but it just goes to show how big of a thing it is. And also, you have to think...
Yeah, you should be doing GDKPs as a job? Bro, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Is this gold coming from? Are people really sitting on their PCs farming 3 million gold? Of course they're not. These GDKP runs are essentially absorbing gold bought from gold sellers that is found by bots, and then
it's like its own little like what is it, like, what's the word for it, like not community, it's its own little like ecosystem of like gold where like they just make more and more money and it just gets like split up because people keep buying the gold, putting it into like the GDKP, and then the GDKP sells it back to the gold seller and then they buy it from them. It's like a cycle, you know, it goes back and forth infinitely. Like that's just how it works, right? Jake Fury, thank you for Brody, thank you for the give this up. Late stage capitalism, yep. It's a kind of way of laundering. In a way, I suppose.
Being redistributed.
What is my go-to drink in the morning? Coffee, usually, just a black coffee.
Into the server economy through GDKPs. So the economy
we saw this clip of the bots.
Farming bots. People buy this gold and then spend the gold in GDKPs where the gold is snowballed and dispersed into the player base. There's no wonder people don't farm gold anymore, because by joining a GDKP,
there's no reason to
essentially obtain the gold that people purchase from
the
bots.
thing about it is that you don't even need that much gold in Wrath. Like, you can do, let's say, like 5 dailies per day and you make 100 gold, because a daily is 20 gold. Then you probably have enough-ish gold for your consumables because you make a little bit of gold from the raid as well. The only reason you need this much gold is to do those raids, because you need that much gold to buy the gear in those raids, right? I mean, I guess you could argue that, if you want like a bunch of professions and if you want a bunch of like the cool mounts and like different things, I suppose you would need more gold. But like, there's no reason anyone would need to have like 100k gold, right? It is absolutely insane. I make consumes back from raiding without doing dailies, just from doing raids. Yeah, exactly, because you make a lot of stuff from the raid itself.
Spending money yourself. You just have to join a GDKP.
I buy WoW tokens with GDKP money. No need to pay for subs anymore. I guess that's true. Yeah.
Before we move on, guys, this video has taken ages for me to make. Like, it's taken a good 2 weeks of research, editing, scripting.
I can see that.
Yada.
Good
Because
video
like I've
so
said
far.
in my previous Cataclysm video, I want to spend more time and passion into making single videos.
I like
I've
that.
actually spent quite a bit of money making this video, and I also had to drive an entire hour just to get a perfect 5-second clip for the intro. So if you like
To be fair though, I like that intro. That intro was very good. The little where he drove in the car.
the video, please do subscribe, because that tells me that people are liking these videos. I mean, I don't have to worry so much about uploading very frequently to appease the YouTube algorithm. So now it's time to go further down the rabbit hole, because we need to find the source of this gold mine.
Okay.
Where and how is this gold farmed and spread into the world?
It's the bots, man. Chapter 2, The Factory. Ooh, I like this music. Okay.
Botting has been a thing in WoW and MMOs for years.
Yep.
In fact, people were botting in vanilla WoW.
Yep.
Now, particularly in World of Warcraft, I think it is more susceptible to getting botted because...
Also, the bot has like questing, grinding, gathering, dungeons, battlegrounds. There's like different like I guess like scripts for the different things you're doing. So you just put it to Dunmaro 1 to 10 and it runs like a script for it. Yeah, and they usually use like the click to walk thing. That's why you see all those lines everywhere. Yeah, it's a script. Yeah.
Allow the public to edit their LUI code and make add-ons. This makes it much easier for people to make very powerful bots in the game.
Yeah,
and
there
the
it
addition of macros in the game also makes it even easier. People probably wonder why new MMOs don't really have add-on support or macros.
Yeah, that's probably why.
This is why. As I speak right now, I've got a level 4 Undead Warrior leveling her way up in Tristful Glades without me even needing to be tabbed into the game.
Oh, it's...
Because I'm not messing about in this video, guys. The only way we can find out how good these bots are is actually installing them and trying them out for ourselves.
I mean, there's a reason why if you go to Marathon, you see like 100 bots like running in and out. It works, and it's worth it for them. Even if they have to buy a boost for a Death Knight that costs, I don't know how much it costs anymore, like $50? 40? I can't remember, whatever the boost costs or whatever for a fresh account. It's worth it because they make it up in just like having the bots grind for them, right?
But don't worry about me getting banned or anything. This very likely won't happen. I talked to a Blizzard CM before starting this project, fully detailing and explaining what I intend to do. She said it's probably not a good idea for me to do this on my main account because I would very likely get banned. But the Blizzard CM has done me a massive solid and given me a free version of Dragonflight Epic Edition and 90 days game time. I didn't even need a Dragonflight key.
It's like an agent, man.
Useful in a future video. Now, I do criticize Blizzard a lot, and obviously I will do a lot in this video.
It's like a little agent, okay.
Said, the Blizzard CMs are absolute diamonds. So when I criticize Blizzard, this does not include Blizzard CMs in any shape or form, because they are so generous and so helpful to me and to other content creators when it comes to, you know, working on their project. So I've booted this bot up to do some...
Blizzard has started working more and more with content creators, like on the official channel and stuff like that. That is true.
Level leveling, and I'm astounded on how well it performs.
The fresh accounts can't make DKs anymore. Okay. Okay.
Honestly performs better than most players. I'm getting 8k XP per hour, less than level 5. It is leveling extremely efficiently.
That's pretty good.
It knows precisely where to go and kill mobs, what route to take, where to accept and turn in quest, and I've noticed...
Limit add-ons and personalized loot item. I think this is so far down with the whole add-on thing. Like, add-ons are such an integral part of, like, WoW at this point that if they remove it or limit it very, very, like, a lot of people will probably be really up in arms, right? Because it's been a thing for so long now, right?
Does this pathing process where you can see a line being drawn on the screen. This detects the best route so you don't get stuck anywhere. It finds quest items, mobs,
add-ons are never going away,
and everything that you need. It will even go to the class trainer, automatically learn the best spells, and vendor your loot. There are a number of different profiles you can load into the bot software. It's ridiculously easy to do. People
I could imagine.
Also program more profiles.
Wait, so there's scanning radius, eating at 7%, drinking, combat range. Oh my god, okay.
Sell them on the website. You can get profiles for dungeon grinding for gold. As we know, many bots right now are farming Botanica since this is an
Unholy Morb, questing classic crop premium $30, grind alliance 15. Our official pack for grinding in TPC content with alliance tunes includes new starting zones.
System farm that is instanced. They're gathering
man, they're making a lot of money.
And herbing.
Setup help €50. Setup help for bot, unlocker profiles, in-game settings, and profile creation. So you pay €50 just to like set up your bot.
Before they reintroduce the...
They have a rogue UBRS farmer. This farm is to get the Phil Striker dagger and is fully automated.
Before they reintroduced the level 55 restriction on Death Knights.
Who pays these? I have never paid for any of this, okay? I'm gonna say that. But I could really imagine a lot of people do this. Like, you know, like a guy, and he's like just like has like a normal job. He goes to school or whatever. He doesn't really want to do the grind, so he's just like, okay, I'm gonna just work today, and I'm gonna spend 10 or 15 bucks to like just, you know, set my characters to grind because I don't want to do that grind, right? Because I think a lot of people do this. I mean, there's a reason why there's so many bots and so many websites for this, because people buy it, right?
Bots were simply just making Death Knights and running around Badlands doing, you know, mining mithril, since that was an easy 500 gold per hour. You've also got simple cloth farms and profiles.
If you don't want to play the game, don't bother the game, simple as. Yeah, but for me, it's like an MMO is about the grind. It is about all like doing all those things, grinding on your character, you know, increasing your level or your gold or your professions. It's a part of it. It's like I would feel kind of like cheated out of it if I just like had a character and I just bought it like with real life money, because like, what's the point of playing the game then, right? I don't want to like, for me the games like to like kind of escape, you know, real life and like go have fun with something, build up a character or enjoy something, right? It's a different thing, right? If the game isn't fun to play, why pay someone to play it for you? Yeah, but I think it's just the essence of MMOs though, you know, because they're like, it's a lot of people don't care about that grind. They just want to like, you know, be like a really epic gamer in the game. But for me, I really agree with that sentiment. Yeah, like if the game isn't fun to play, why pay someone to play it for you? I think that's a very, very good way of putting it. Yeah.
You into Battlegrounds for XP.
They pay for the prestige, exactly. Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it.
Rejoice Journey's buff active again. You will very likely see this very soon.
Uh-huh.
The bot will even attempt to do PvP to its best of its ability to avoid getting banned.
They want to log in once or twice to do a raid and clog out. Exactly, and stand AFK in Thunder in Ironforge with a Thunder Fury, so people can inspect them and go like, oh damn, this guy's Thunder Fury. Little did they know he paid $1,000 for it, right?
I use the software Benetto. Yes, it's genuinely called Benetto. I wish I was making that one up. But
I don't know what Benetto means.
Like Botbro and Orca. They cost around $20, but for some reason they have this hidden fee to make you pay another $20 to unlock the software, apparently, because
oh my god, it's like when you buy an airplane ticket or something. Oh, the airplane ticket is $20 or whatever, $100. Oh, you want like a better seat? Oh, that's $20 more. Oh, you want to make sure you have your bag with you? Oh, $50 more. Oh, you want to have some water on the airplane? Oh, that's $100 more. You know, it's like you just get like stacked like on top of stuff with you. I think people don't like raiding under contract. They like to log in and raid when they like it and don't deal with guild antics and stuff. Yeah, and a lot of people, you know, went into doing GDKPs because GDKPs are the most efficient terms of like raiding, right? The GDKP leaders are extremely efficient. The raids are fast. You log in, you pay for your items, you log out, right? That's basically it.
Work on Windows without this unlocker key. It's basically complete twaddle to make you spend more money. I mean, why wouldn't exe installer file just not work on Windows? It doesn't make any sense. And you have to pay that $20 every month in order to continue using the software. It is a bit of a faff to install the software with lots of file editing, but anyone with a semi-decent PC skills could figure it out. I imagine a bigger gold bot farming company...
Bro, that's sketch as hell, man. This is like installing an Unbonny game. What the...
...have found ways to crack the bot software and make their own software to farm gold so they don't have to spend this monthly fee. Now I have to imagine that I have spent the money to get a level 70 character boost. In day 1, my character would easily be level 80. Yep. And I mean one real-time day, because I would just be able to leave the bot running overnight.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, you just leave the bot.
The bot also knows how to optimize gold making. For instance, it always returns to a vendor when you run out of bag space. So leveling 70 to 80, you can easily get a decent 3,000 to 5,000 gold.
At this point for me, like why even play, man? You're not even playing the game at this point. You're just like paying a bot to play the game for you. Instance. Like what is this, man?
Since gold is so cheap at the minute.
That's the point, I guess.
You would have a character now ready to do some gold farming. We have seen in my previous video many bots are grinding TBC dungeons. They essentially clear the dungeon, disenchant greens and blues they get
it's raw gold.
Extra money, and possibly use tailoring to yield more gold from the cloth by selling them as bags. Yeah. Some will also farm mana tombs, since inside there you can get an extra 100 gold per hour if you have mining. Okay. These runs normally yield 500 to 1,000 gold per hour.
and it can run indefinitely. You're not like a real guy playing the game. You don't have to take breaks. You don't have to go pee. You don't have to eat anything. It can just run forever, and it's just making gold on a treadmill.
So well programmed, they will farm gold faster and more efficiently than any human can.
That's so
On
stupid.
average, our saver runs their 700 gold. That's just under 17,000 gold per day.
Electricity cost, yeah.
$21.
It does need electricity, but you can just pay it with the money that you make from selling the gold, right? So you pay your electricity bill with the gold money.
So within 3 days, the cost of setting up a new account is covered. Like I said before, the people who were using DK bots to farm Mithril in Badlands wouldn't even have to pay.
It's like Bitcoin, yeah. It's like a Bitcoin farmer, I guess.
Front cost of a character boost. Not to mention how you can easily farm the gold on retail for a free month of sub. But at least a WoW token will never come to Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Yeah. Bots don't need to do dungeon runs, they can just buy Saranite ore off the auction house.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying as well now. This is just one bot. You can set up like, 10, 20, 30, 50, however many bots you want, and they can all run at the same time and just like grind out gold, right? Or like levels or whatever they're doing, right?
And use the Saranite shuffle method with prospecting to flip 500 gold per hour just sitting in a major city next to an auction house.
They're just
now,
prospecting.
$21 per day might seem like a small amount.
It adds
I mean,
up.
that will probably barely cover the electricity cost to run a computer. Well, the thing is, these bots can easily be run on multiple different game clients at once.
Yep.
Because you can customize the window size of the...
Make it really scuffed quality because you don't need to watch it anyway. Just make every PC run like 1 billion instances and you farm it
game
up.
Client to make it so small that it barely takes up any CPU power.
God.
This is why multiboxing was possible for so
Jesus,
long.
thank you for that.
If you had 5 clients open farming gold, that's $100.
This is why I love the whole hardcore solo self-found scene. I get that for sure. I really, really, really get that, Lord Beth. Because like you could argue that it's also going to be a very prevalent problem if the... if when hardcore is released and if there's trading and stuff like that, that'll be hardcore bots. And people are saying, oh, but the hardcore bots, they're gonna die because it's like, it's vanilla leveling, it's difficult. No, because you can just like tell the bot to only kill green mobs. Okay, you tell the bot, you know what level, but only kill mobs that are like 3 levels below you and only pull mobs when you're above 70% or something. That's a thing. You can literally just set it to do that and it won't ever die. Because like the thing about hardcore as well is like the leveling isn't that hard. It's more so it's as hard as you make it yourself, right? You can grieve the bots. I guess that's true, right? But there's many variables to this and there's many things that could definitely happen with it, right?
Per day. Times that by 30 and it's 3,000 per month.
Oh my gosh.
Converted to pounds, that's just under 2.5 grand per month. That's 30 grand per year at around £15 per hour. Now, to put it in perspective, my sister actually earns as much and she's a fully qualified veterinary nurse.
Yep.
And that's just with 5 clients. You can easily run 40 clients at once. People were doing this in original Classic WoW when they were multi-boxing.
If you guys have ever watched No Hit Jerome, he used to do this. He used to, like, his stream... I don't know how that man, like, could afford that, but he used to have, like, 30, like, 30, like, accounts with level 60 mages in Classic, and he was sitting in BRM all day, wiping raid groups. He sat, like, in corpse like this. He like... released his spirit and he just killed the whole raid with like 1 Arcane Explosion from all his 40 mages, right? It was insane, man.
To wipe raid groups on the way to Blackwing Lair. With 40 clients running, you could make just under 300 grand a year, 24 grand per month, and that's roughly £152 per hour.
What?
Not really a bad wage if you think about it. Obviously, there's
$300,000 per year. Jesus, man.
You would have to have your
that's like a house. You get a house per year, man. Easy clap.
Running 24/7 for a whole year, but still, if you cut that wage in half, it's still insane. You're getting paid more than a doctor or a lawyer. I have heard many anecdotes of gold farmers who, in certain countries, are making more than doctors. Or people who have just done it quickly, short term, over the course of
that's like 2 days of streaming. What are you talking about, man? Do I look like I got that millionaire to you? Jesus.
To buy a car or something, it makes serious money. And we haven't even talked about how people are using fly hacks and other hacks to speed up the process of making gold.
God, these goddamn fly hacks, man. When they learned how to do the stupid fly hack thing, Silithus, F. They would hack below the ground in Silithus and go to the hives with the ooze-covered thorium and mine all of them. There was no ooze-covered thorium you could possibly get. Because they were fly hacking below the ground and like flying around the hives, below the hives. It's literally impossible to get any of them. And it's like the ooze-covered like thorium was one of the best farms for rogues because you could stealth through the caves and get, arcane crystals. You couldn't do that anymore because the bots were just stealing everything, right? Oh yeah, CG as well. There's CG bots literally like fly hacking, boosting people. So they would fly around mine all the Hakari thorium whatever, and they would also fly hack boost people with leveling and stuff like that.
Also isn't a requirement yet.
Oh yeah, you can get Bloodvine. So in CG, Bloodvine plus thorium as well. That's true.
It's two-step verify your account on World of Warcraft, your Battle.net account. So these companies still have the ability to hack accounts, steal the gold, and sell it.
Okay.
As long as a bot can make profit before they are banned, bots will continue to exist. The only way to truly mitigate bots is to ban them earlier during their lifetime, ban them before they can make a profit, or increase the running cost, but obviously we don't want to personally spend more money on game time. But I have talked to people who have been able to run bots for months.
The DME cave veins? Oh yeah, true. The Dimal East Cave. There's like 3. I think there's 2 to 4 thorium, massive thorium veins at the end of Dimal East after you kill the last boss.
And it's art.
Yeah, I guess you could just fly hack below that too. Radanor, think of the Prime?
Without getting banned. A bot is more likely to get banned if they're caught in the open world and reported by players.
Okay.
But if you're level to max level playing the game normally, and then just bot yourself all inside a dungeon farming gold, you are much less likely to get banned and can run a bot for months.
Yep.
And you're normally only picked up by the big bot ban waves. And you don't even need to do it like that. You can just put a bot into a dungeon to level through dungeons.
Yep.
And then you're just never going to get caught.
That's what most bots do. They just sit in dungeons all day long. What was the dungeon in Classic? It was it BRD? I think it was BRD that was the dungeon with the rogue, the rogue pickpocketing, because pickpockets, they pockets reset after 20 minutes or so, and there's a vendor in the dungeon. So you never had to leave the dungeon. You could pickpocket all the mobs of the entire dungeon, sell all the stuff in the dungeon, and then pickpocket everything again, just infinitely. Infinite money, basically. Strat Live. Oh, yeah, Strat Live as well. Yeah, that's true, too. Strat was full of bots as well. Yep.
I've heard from people from my Twitch chat. I'm obviously not going to name and shame, but luckily being a Twitch streamer, you do end up meeting people with experience in these kind of practices.
Fair enough.
However, luckily, very recently, as I was scripting this video, an alleged gold botter and
what are my top earnings per year so far as a streamer? I mean, I'm not going to say... I don't it's kind of weird sitting and talking about that. I mean, you could probably figure it out if you really want to, right?
It's totally open.
It's not that hard. I mean, I have my sub count right there, and you can see my views on YouTube and everything like that, right? But it's kind of weird talking about,
on Reddit. He's been botting and selling Situational Vanilla and the Glider bot. He claims on average he gets a good 90 days out of one account and runs 25 accounts at once.
Jesus.
Further also supporting what I've heard from other people and, other sellers. Further goes on to explain how the game's warden system, as he calls it, auto-bans botters. Apparently the warden tech is very outdated.
Probably.
Basically the botters have found ways to, ultimately defeat it and get around it. And there also used to be much more Game Master assistance when it came to detecting and banning bots.
Game Masters.
You get whispers from GMs investigating and deliberately doing stuff to mess around with his characters to disrupt the botting process, and obviously to find out whether he is a bot or not.
Okay.
He used to wake up sometimes and have 10 accounts banned, but now with VPNs of virtual machines, it's much easier to not get banned. So this is interesting because it means that botters are running the bots on virtual PCs rather than using it on their own all the time.
Oh, so they're not even running it on their own PC. They literally have a virtual PC somewhere else where they have all the instances of WoW playing. So they don't need you to oh my god, dude, what is even happening? Yeah, okay. That does make sense. I didn't even think about that, honestly. Holy.
Which obviously cuts down on electricity costs.
A lot.
So people left a lot of questions on this post, and I read through all the guys' replies, and I'll read out the most interesting ones. He says that GDKPs are a huge source of income for him. The days of the Chinese sweatshop are over, and now there's a big divide of where gold sellers are coming from. Many are from Europe, the States, and other parts of Europe. After getting banned, he can get another account set up within 15 minutes.
15 minutes. So it literally does not matter if he gets banned. He just sets up a new account instantly and he's good to go.
And he stresses the importance of keeping the gold moving through accounts to prevent an account from getting banned for gold selling or buying. He personally runs 60 bots across 3 machines.
60?
He says it is possible to run over 100 bots, but you will need 2 people to manage it all. He talks about how AI could make bots even better because vendor bots can think for themselves rather than follow predetermined parameters and pre-coding. So in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if bots become even more intelligent and cause even more damage to the game.
Oh my god. Chapter 3, the traffickers. Oh yeah, this is where we're gonna learn how they like sell the money and everything. Because the gold will be distributed towards all kind of different people and like sold and went back and everything like that, right?
Gold selling is much bigger than you
G2G,
think.
there's probably a whole buttload of websites for sure.
Bans widely across all of...
Buy Wrath Gold Classic, 500 million gold in each realm in stock, daily price from 0.01. So is 100 gold $1? So like a thousand gold is $10, or what? Oh, that's a penny. Oh no, you know what I mean. Like it's a penny. So like 100 gold is like $1 because there's a 20. Okay.
Game
Power leveling hot offer. Reach level 80 quickly from $11. Any level range available.
Various different currencies and different services like arena boosts, raid boosts.
Ulduar all exclusive. Furious Gladiator Tabard.
This video, I want to focus on gold selling.
$1,800 for Gladiator. Be the part of top 0.5 players. Oh yeah. Oh yes, I am a gladiator. How could you tell? All I had to do is pay $2,000 for it, man. I'm top 0.5. Oh yes, I am. Whatever, man.
So I decided to go ahead and buy some gold.
I'll share the video after we're done watching.
See what the process looks like. It cost me £3 to get 2,000 gold.
Okay.
Technically 1,900 because I accidentally said my character was on Alliance and not...
Okay, he's not going to share the funny numbers on the back. That's good.
But luckily, the customer service is insanely good on this website. They messaged me before I ever knew there was some kind of issue to adjust the amount of gold that I would receive.
Really?
The website I used was Overgear. They must be making some serious bank for them to have such good customer service to the point where it's probably...
They are making millions, man. For sure they are. Like, it is a little company.
And it took just under 2 hours for the gold to arrive. As you can see, they have cleverly tried to make the purchase less suspicious by writing in the message...
your GDKP cut. Ah, yes, of course. Here's your cut for the GDKP, bro. Yeah, that's the easy way to slide under the radar. Okay.
Here is your cut from a GDKP with the bullet.
Thanks for your help.
The, cheapest item that you can buy in the game.
God.
Now, there's a number of these different gold selling communities, and some sellers operate on G2G as well.
God.
They claim to have millions of gold available for purchase.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna get banned because the cut is too low, right? That's too low for GDKPs at this point.
Across all realms. Now, I tried to get in contact with these gold sellers, but they are extremely secretive and confidential.
Yeah, I mean, if some hey man, I'm a YouTuber with a few 100K views. Can I look at your little industry? How you sell gold? They have little millions of actual dollars on the line, and they're like, yeah man, of course, come look at our industry. No,
DMs, I definitely tried. This makes sense as these companies could easily get sued by Blizzard as they're essentially selling a Blizzard product. It also wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to avoid the tax man like Dr. Alan Grant tries to avoid a T-Rex, just stay still and don't do anything and hope they don't see you. I've actually been applying this technique to a number of my family members and it works quite well actually.
What?
But from what I can understand from the website,
wait, what?
More of a middleman company. The days of ramming 50 Chinese sweaty men into an office to play World of Warcraft are over. The practice now is to be more freelance. Anyone can sell their gold to this website, whether you're just a normal player who has some gold left over that you're not using.
It's just its own economy at this point, because there's so many people that want to make money doing GDKPs, right? And then they just sell it.
Obviously something like a GDKP leader. You sell it to the website and then this gold is resold. They say their gold isn't obtained from illegal practices like botting and account hacking, but there's absolutely no way to determine this, especially as I've been told there's an acute practice.
Where's Wawa? Wawa's not dead, guys. Wawa's fine. We're gonna play soon-ish.
Gold laundering to take the trace off it. Normally someone will make a throwaway account and make a guild bank to deposit big amounts of gold into, and then it will be dispersed to multiple different people in different accounts. There's definitely a number of ways to avoid getting banned for gold selling and buying. The guild bank method is apparently the best proven method to not get banned when purchasing gold.
Because I guess you're going to have a lot of gold in your bank, right? In your guild bank, I suppose.
A number of guilds are doing this in order to get gold for GDKPs because it's just a faster way to get.
I love Ashes of Aloran. It's a cool mount, but I hate those stripes go into like the camera. So whenever you're riding this mount, you have to like take the camera up a little bit, not to get those like lasers in your eyes all the time.
Like I mentioned earlier, GDKP radio
is so annoying.
Also using methods like this to essentially cut out the middleman and sell their gold for a better amount.
Yeah, because you go straight to the source. Internal decay.
But don't worry everyone, because now that the WoW token is in the game, it
fixed.
means nobody will ever buy gold on third-party sites anymore.
It's cheaper, right? I mean, the third-party websites are probably way cheaper. So maybe there's a lot of people that wouldn't buy gold before because they don't want to go to the bad boy websites and take the gold from the evil villains. Now they can buy the gold from Blizzard in a legal way. But it's ethical, right? Because they buy it from Blizzard, and then a lot of people that wouldn't buy gold before now do it. But you know, the token is probably way more expensive than, like, you know, some of those bad boy websites.
Because according to the lead dev of Classic WoW, the token is a proven tool to mitigate RMT. Despite the fact that G2G and basically every other gold buying site is currently undercutting the token by 50%.
Yeah, okay.
50%. Right now on Gold Maga, WoW token costs £17 and you get 8.8 thousand gold.
You get double the amount.
You can get the same amount of gold.
Wait, you could just... So they just buy the gold from those websites, get the gold in WoW, and then buy WoW tokens, and you can get like WoW, and you could just like buy like game time, I guess, for half the price. Oh my god, I don't know.
£9. Fair enough, since there is now.
I guess that's what people do. Yeah, so the people just buy game tokens and like WoW tokens, and then they just, you know, play for half the price now, I suppose.
Reliable and legal method to buy gold in the game. Less people will use third-party sites. Well, this helps retailers reduce their running costs. They have hordes of gold lying around on different accounts.
I mean, if people are already, all the people that are already buying gold will just keep buying it where they're getting it from, right? Because if you get more,
game. Now they can just buy
it's kind of weird
with gold and focus more on boosting and loot selling services. This really is like Blizzard throwing a boomerang into their own face.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Blizzard already know that. The WoW token is purely in the game to make profit, to make more money from a game they are developing. It's like printing money.
Easy.
They can just add stuff to the game that people will pay for. Didn't require any development cost to implement the WoW token.
That's the GDKP leaders right there, man. Gotta get some more gold, man.
It's been in the game for years, and even in Classic, since it has been data mined years ago. I think there's this huge misconception that the WoW token will fix RMT, but in truth, it really doesn't do anything. In fact, it just further destroys server economies. GDKP's been so popular in the game, there's a huge incentive to buy gold. Blizzard definitely knew this. This is why GDKPs aren't against terms of service. They haven't been. They have waited for the concept to blow up, and then they've added a system where people can buy gold for real money. It's genius money making.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
getting bent over. In the storeroom. The average
That's not entirely how it works. It will cement the existence of gold farming bots through economic incentive.
Players are not buying playtime. Okay, it takes
I don't know, man.
about 10 to 16 hours to farm enough gold to buy a game token. Or you could work for 3 hours on minimum wage in the UK and have enough money for 2 months of game time.
Why would you play the game when you could just work in real life and then buy the gold and then have someone play the game for you, right?
I mean, what are you going to do? Even when I was a kid and had absolutely no income, I just saved a little bit of my lunch money every week, went to the bank, literally with pound coins, and deposited it into my bank account just so I can play World of Warcraft. The WoW token literally doesn't help anybody.
Okay, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Apart from gold sellers and boosters who are farming tens of thousands of gold every day.
Okay.
And another obviously bad side effect of the WoW token is how it'll inflate the prices of basic commodities like flasks and food.
Yep.
When the average raider has to spend more money...
To be fair though, I haven't played Wrath in a while, but I don't think the flasks are still that expensive. Even though people are spending like a billion amount of gold like on actual GDKP items, those are not that expensive still, right? Like the flasks and like all those things, because there's so many bots still farming those. I haven't played in a while though, so maybe I'm probably unaware here. They are expensive? Okay, because when I played, it wasn't that bad actually. Inflation on Pagel was so real. Yeah, 17 gold is not that bad. You buy 2 of these and then you got enough for a raid, right? Magic Flask 20 to 22 gold in Gold Mag, I think. Okay, they're 5 to 8 gold on your server. Okay, that's way cheaper. I don't remember consumables being that cheap or like that expensive. To be fair, Torpedo Joe, thank you for the prime.
In their average week of raiding, it means they have to do more boring content like gold farming, meaning they are much more likely to just quit playing the game because they can't.
But I guess it's going to keep inflating, right? Like if the WoW tokens is up, more people buy gold. It's going to keep going up and up and up, right?
Gold farming so much. This is why I quit Classic WoW and had a few months break between Blackwing Lair and AQ40.
Okay.
Either that or they'll buy gold on third-party sites or the WoW token. Further just exacerbating the economy even worse, and eventually it will be so bad that the genuine gameplay experience of Wrath Lich King Classic will simply just be much worse than it should be.
I feel like this whole thing with botting and gold buying and RMT and everything, it's something that's almost bound to happen in most games like this if there's like trading and if there's like an economy in a game, because eventually it'll sort of happen. Because unless there's like some sort of like an effect set in to like really combat it, it will happen eventually at some point, right? EVE Online, yeah, when we played EVE Online a little bit, there was a lot of people talking about as well, like it is the exact same, like any MMO or any like game with a currency or with like an economy, they end up doing like that, right? But it's worse if the devs do nothing about it. That is definitely true, 100%. Brainless noob. Yes, if there's nothing done about it and it's like let to do its own thing, it happens. It goes to shit. It definitely does. EVE Online, you played that? We had a EVE Online sponsor we played a little while ago, yeah.
There's no other way of saying it. The game will just be worse. And ironically, Blizzard will lose money on subscriptions from people quitting. But obviously, that doesn't seem to matter, because if they didn't feel they could make more money from less, but bigger paying customers, they wouldn't do it. Many IPs now have this design: make more money from less players, which unfortunately normally results...
You want to get the whales. You don't want to get a bunch of like casual classic Andes that don't buy gold, that don't do anything, that just like pay for the sub and that's it. You want the big juicers that buy the mounts, they buy the tappers, they buy the unique items. They want the exclusive items, right? That's the ones you want. Why would you want one player that pays $10 a month? Or like, why would you want 10 players that pays $10 a month if you can get one player that pays 1,000, right? You want the big juicer ones. You want like the Quinn 69 of Diablo Immortal, spending $25,000 on the game. Let's go.
Quality player experience.
The whales.
This video was supposed to be about the dark side of Classic WoW, an investigation into the industry of illicit practices in the community. But as you can see, Blizzard aren't exactly morally superior to gold-selling websites. With the inclusion of a character boost and the WoW token, their practices are literally just as predatory and exploitive as third-party websites. Furthermore, they are aiding third-party websites, not mitigating them, by increasing a player's need to buy gold and allowing third-party sellers to reduce their running costs.
It gets more and more.
To run their industry. Every single gold seller that I've talked to is happy about the WoW token being...
Yeah, because now people, now they like see the price difference. They're like, oh, I might as well just buy from those websites then. So it gets more traffic over to the bad boys, right? Or the non-Blizzard bad boys, I suppose.
In the game. The terms of service agreement that they stand on is about as brittle as a politician's backbone. The true dark side of World of Warcraft isn't hidden away within some
it's pretty obvious, I feel like,
community operating in the shadows. It's right in front of everyone in plain sight, for everyone to see.
I feel like most people are aware of it though, right? Maybe not to like which extent, but everybody kind of knows that, you know, RMT is a massive thing, the gold buying is a massive thing and everything like that, right? It's literally like a multi-million-dollar industry, right? For sure. Good little video though from Metagoblin. That was a long video, but very, very interesting points that he's making and some interesting, yeah, some interesting takes on the whole botting situation and gold buying. I like the music though. This is good. Now he's showing all the RMT stuff, the Sprite Daughter wings. God. Thanks, Metagoblin. I will quit my job and become a gold-selling millionaire. Isn't that... I think that's... For me, that's the craziest takeaway from it. Like, how much money those, like, GDKP people and, like, everything makes. It is insane. Like, they make, like, thousands per day. Like, literally, like I don't know, like, hundreds of thousands per year, right? Well, good video, though, from Metagoblin, guys. I'll give you guys the link. I know some people wanted to get the link here as well. I'll link it right there.